But the Longhorns dominated Tuscaloosa, and what a gut punch in New Jersey. All that on Football Takeover YouTube show. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome into episode 20 of the Football Takeover YouTube show. Appreciate all you guys subscribing and being here with me each and every week. Try and do 2 and 3 per week, sometimes 3 or 4. I'm going to try and get a habit of doing a Thursday, a Friday, and then like a Monday recap show. I figure that's good enough, right? Yeah, I figure that's good with everything that's going on. So make sure you're checking out footballtakeover.com. Got a lot of great written stuff over there, and going to start adding, hopefully some podcasts and things like that over there as we go. But I'm only one man. So anyways, feel sorry for me or not, whatever. But I appreciate you being here. No, that's true. That's absolutely true. But you can check out all my score predictions for all the games. Thursday, Friday, that's already up. My keys to the game for Louisiana State, LSU versus Mississippi State, MSU. I think it's one of the more intriguing games this weekend. Not a great slate of college football, but you check all that out at footballtakeover.com. I have all my Saturday game score predictions there as well. So I appreciate you being here. All right, we're also today on the show going to look at the trenches in that win for Texas in Tuscaloosa. How about that alliteration? Texas trenches in Tuscaloosa. Man, they were dominant. They were dominant on both sides, actually. We're going to focus on the defensive side. Devondre Sweat and the guys in there did a great job against Alabama. That was the key to the win. Yeah, Quinn Ewers was tremendous. And check out my video right down there somewhere where you're watching this. You can find my Quinn Ewers video, broke it down, about 12 plays. And I know I've heard a lot about, the volume. Look, I was in a team hotel at 6:30, not wanting to wake anybody up. So you get the point, right? Okay, well, either way. Hopefully you did like that video, but it's the trenches that we're focusing on today. And have my pick 3 at the end of the show. I'll give you three things I like. I like predicting things for fun. Use it at your discretion, but you get the point. All right, we start off every show with our cover 3, and we're going to start at number 3 with kind of a fun one. I like this one because about a month to 6 weeks ago, Travis Kelce shot his shot with Taylor Swift. He tried to find her during her concert tour, which went unbelievably. I mean, we had a concert in Houston. It was incredible. But she didn't want to talk to him because she wanted to save her voice for the concert. So apparently, she sang 2.5, 3 hours straight every night. So I understand it. Try and keep the tool, as in shape as possible. Well, the concert tour ended a few weeks ago. And apparently, Taylor Swift had Travis Kelce's attention and vice versa. So apparently, they're an item. And I can't wait to see how this goes. And I can't wait to see the reality show that goes with it at some point. But Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they're a thing. Man, 2 things. 1, if Kelce ever breaks up with her, there's going to be a whole album produced by Taylor Swift, according to that breakup. I mean, can you imagine the songs that would come out of there? 8 to 7 to my heart. I mean, whatever. And secondly, if he burns Taylor Swift, all the Swifties are going to hate him for life. It's dangerous territory Travis Kelce's getting in, but either way, just go with it. Let's get to number 2. Yes, first Thursday night game on Amazon Football. Last week's was on NBC. It was a hell of a game. Chiefs lost to the Lions at home, 21-20. So many different things to talk about. I think that's one of the great things about Thursday night game. There's so much to talk about on Friday about that game and then the games coming up the weekend. But you got Philadelphia taking on Minnesota in Philly. Philly's favored by 6. I'll give you that in my pick 3 a little bit later on, what I like about that one. But Jalen Hurts going against Kirk Cousins. Eagles coming off I would say an ugly win, but any win up in Gillette Stadium is a good win. I mean, the only win I've been a part of up there is a preseason win this year. It had a lot of losses. So Philadelphia going up there, getting a regular season win. Good on them, 25-20 over the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings lost at home to Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 20-17. So kind of see where this one's leaning, but Thursday night games can get all kinds of wacky with that short week. So Philadelphia taking on Minnesota. Amazon, can't wait. I like the Amazon product, but that's just me. Not Amazon products. I mean, I guess Amazon's fine. But I like it. I like to turn on the StatCast or whatever they call it. That's kind of a fun, the alternate broadcast. You get a few nuggets out of there. You're like, wow, that's pretty cool. I love the drawings, of course, because I do Telestrator and all that kind of stuff. So I love that kind of stuff. But Really good broadcast to me. So check it out, Philly, Minnesota. If you got Amazon, go check it out. And then second screen, put a computer, phone, whatever you got to do. Because we're all second screening now, right? Everybody is. Nobody's just solo screening unless you're, a boomer like me. No, I second screen all the time. I'm a young guy at heart. I'm a millennial at heart. Even though I better not let my wife hear that. She'd be happy. She'd be disappointed with me. All right, let's get to number one. Jets fans are going through it, and I don't blame them. Aaron Rodgers, fifth play of the game, whatever it was, 3-step, cutting at the line of scrimmage, doesn't get the ball out, gets sacked, Achilles pops, he's done for the year. And I had a moment on Sunday with the Texans where I was starting to change sides of the field, and I looked back and I saw a player down on the field, and I saw 7, and my heart sank. And then I saw 77. And I still wasn't happy because that was our right tackle, George Fant. But when I saw 7, I thought C.J. Stroud. And my heart sank. And I remember back in 2017 when I can remember exactly where I was. I was in the car line picking up my daughter from school. And I saw the news on Twitter that Deshaun Watson had torn his ACL in practice. Now, it happened during a game when he played through it. But then it just exacerbated during practice. But I remember the gut punch that was. But I also knew that Deshaun Watson would come back from that. He had been back from an ACL, and he came back from that. And he's now trying to come back from something else. But the point being, you remember where you were. You just, wow. And at the time, I had finished radio late, so I hadn't had a chance to turn in the game. And my buddy Aaron Raybold, who's our engineer on the road, or for our radio broadcast, home and road, said, "You got to be kidding me." And I'm like, okay, that can mean a lot of things, Aaron. And then he said, Rodgers. And I was like, what? And I turned it on and saw everything that was going on. My heart sank for the Jets fans. Now it's Zach Wilson's show. And by the way, the Jets ended up winning that game because Xavier Gipson, former Stephen F. Austin star, ran a punt back 65 yards. But I know the Jets fans got to be on their feelings. Mike Greenberg couldn't even get through a show. So I get it. But, it's football. It's life. I guess the difference in the Deshaun situation here and Rodgers is you knew Deshaun was going to come back. You don't know Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He did say, "I shall rise yet again," like a phoenix. I don't know. It's an injury. You come back from it. But I don't know. And the Jets are in a tricky spot because Zach Wilson will be going into that realm of, do we give him a 5th-year option? If he plays well, what do they do with Rodgers? If he doesn't play well, you probably move him out. But then you got to rely on Rodgers again. He'll be 40 coming off an Achilles. Wow. Tough spot for the Jets to be in. But they've got a squad. The 52 other players they got a squad. It's just a matter of how good Zach Wilson can make them. But understand the gut punch. Jets, Aaron Rodgers put on IR on Wednesday. All right, let's get to put the film on bro segment here. Here's the trenches. Dominated by the University of Texas against Alabama. I thought there was a possibility because I didn't really believe in that big offensive line. A lot of youth outside of J.C. Latham. And it got worked all night. I went and put the film on, bro. Check it out.
Man, I thought the Texas trenches were just excellent on both sides of the ball. But we're going to focus on the defense here. This is a great third down stop. Early in the game, probably late first quarter in this game. And there's so much to like about this. First of all, when you get in third down against Alabama, especially with Jalen Milroe, all options are on the table, to be honest. I mean, they can run zone read. He can boot. There's so much he can do. He can throw the ball. I mean, so Texas is going to play nickel here. So they're going to just go with, and you'll see this linebacker walk up here. So it essentially turns into kind of a bear front, but just one linebacker and nickel. Now, safeties are going to interchange, and that's key because this safety does a really nice job of getting in the run fit. But to me, this play is made by these two hosses right here. Tavondre Sweat, I can't see the number on this guy right here, but these two guys make the play. As this receiver, tight end, comes in motion, they're going to slant away from the back. So you'll see them start in that position. You see that backer walk up, and now I think they're in pretty good shape as long as they play their techniques well. But I want you to focus on these two guys in here because They're going to slant. Sweat's going to slant. And then watch him handle this right guard, right? Or, excuse me, left guard. Right there. That left guard is trying to block down on him, but he won't let him. He rips underneath and then provides pressure back against the down block. That's really good right there. Because when you're slanting away and the left guard's blocking down, I mean, you would think momentum's all going that way. That left guard should be able to wash him, but he can't. He doesn't even move him because he holds the point, and then the defensive end here holds the point against that tackle. That running back is going, I don't know where I want to go. He sees this safety coming up in the B gap or C gap right here, and so he doesn't really know where to go. You see him stutter. He's like, well, this wasn't the way to go. And all of a sudden he tries to squirt through there. And then linebacker right here, Benda does a really nice job of getting off that center's block, which isn't great. He just kind of swipes him away, get out of my way, and then he makes a good read to fall back into the fit. Really good trench work at all levels. Front level does a great job. These two guys in particular beating those blocks on a slant. Linebacker doing a great job. Benda getting off the center and fitting back in, and then the safety doing a good job of filling from depth, making that run play fall short of a first down. It was like this all night long against Alabama, and that was really fun to see those trenches come to play with the way they excelled against Alabama in that big win. And
Yeah, tough one for Alabama. There just isn't the talent level there used to be. Pure and simple. That's now moved south to Athens, or not really south, like southeast to Athens. Yeah, so tough one for Alabama, but a good one for Texas. They got Wyoming coming up on Saturday back home. Letdown factor, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's one that's going to charge them up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes in Austin. But great one for Texas. All right, let's get to our pick three. Three that I like this weekend for fun. For fun. I'm not a handicapper. I just like talking about games. Let's start with number one. Tonight, Maryland's taking on Virginia in Maryland. I like this Terp squad. I like the talent of this Terp team all the way through. They've got players on defense. Bo Braid at safety, I think, is one of the better safeties in the country. They've got a lineup at wide receiver that's very, very good. I wish Dippery would have stayed, the tight end, who ended up going to Alabama. I wish he would have stayed. He got more targets. But that opens up things for Corey Dykes, who's kind of a tight end wide receiver hybrid. I think Maryland takes this one 38-17. You can check out the rest of my predictions at footballtakeover.com. All right, let's get number two, that game tonight. Philly taking on Minnesota. Lay the 6. I think Philly's going to come home, feed off that home crowd. I think Minnesota will keep it tight early, but then a mistake by the Vikings will put the Eagles in place to win that thing 24-17. That covers the 6. And in conjunction with that game, Philadelphia and Minnesota, Jalen Hurts. I like prop bets. I love them, actually. 275.5 passing yards. I don't like that number. I'm going to go under. Baker Mayfield at 173. I think Minnesota's defense will be a little bit better than people think. I think a pass rush will get to him a couple of times. I think his rushing total is like 70.5. That number is pretty darn close. That's a pretty good number for a quarterback. But I'm going to go under 275.5, even though I think he's going to play well. I think he's going to get his guys involved. And I think he's going to rush for about 70-75. So you combine 250 with about 75. Hey, that's 320, 325. It's a good day. He'll have a couple touchdowns. He'll count for 2 or 3. He'll have a great ball game, and that's why Philadelphia win that thing 24-17 and cover that 6. But we're going to go under the Jalen Hurts passing prop bet, 275.5. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow with some breakdowns of the games that are taking place in college football over the weekend and some keynotes to follow in the NFL. Plus, my daughter stops by. She's going to give us her thoughts on Kelsey and Swift. Plus, I give her a little quiz on football. We'll see how that goes. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching.